The Shale Oil Miracle: How Growth May Falsely Signal Abundance by Bardi. Tuesday, February 24th, 2015. Written on cassandralegacy.blogspot.com or Resource Crisis. Sometimes we use a simple metric to evaluate complex systems. For instance, a war is a complex affair where millions of people fight, struggle, suffer, and kill each other. However, in the end, the final result is seen in terms of a yes-no question. Either you win or lose. Not for nothing, General MacArthur said once that there is no substitute for victory. Now think of the economy. It is an immense and complex system where millions of people work, produce, buy, sell, and make or lose money. In the end, eventually, we think that the final result can be described in terms of a simple yes-no question. Either you grow or you don't. And what MacArthur said about war can be applied to the economy as well. There is no substitute for growth. But complex systems have ways to behave and to surprise you that can be reduced to a simple yes-no judgment. Both victory and growth may well create more problems than they solve. Victory may falsely signal a military might that doesn't really exist. Think of the outcome of some recent wars. While growth may signal an abundance which is just not there. Give a look at the figure at the beginning of this post from Rod Patterson's blog. It shows the oil production barrels per day in the US and Canada. The data are in 1,000 barrels per day for crude oil plus condensate. And the rapid growth for the past few years is mostly due to tight oil, also known as shale oil, and oil from tar sands. If you follow the debate in this field, you know that this growth trend has been hailed as a great result and as the definitive demonstration that all worries about oil depletion and peak oil were misplaced. Fine, but let me show you another graph. The U.S. landings of North Atlantic cod up to 1980. Data from Phasostat. Doesn't it look similar to the data for oil in the US and Canada? Can we imagine what was being said at the time? New fishing technologies dispel all worries about overfishing and things like that. It is what was said indeed. Now look at the cod landings data up to 2012 and see what happened after the great burst of growth. I don't think this requires more than a couple of comments. The first is to note how over-exploration leads to collapse. People don't realize that by pushing for growth at all costs, they are destroying the very source that creates growth. This can happen with fisheries just as with oil fields. Then note also that we have here another case of a Seneca cliff, a production curve where the decline is much faster than growth. As the ancient Roman philosopher said, the road to ruin is rapid, and this is exactly what we could expect to happen with tight oil. This has been The Shale Oil Miracle: How Growth May Falsely Signal Abundance by Bardi, published February 24th, 2015 on cassandralegacy.blogspot.com.